I want to share with you what I shared with my sister. My sister A. Um, I have a wonderful sister in the state of Nevada, and she knows I'm praying for God to give her a great, a great, um, a great job in the West Coast. This is a sister that is very dear to me. She has not sent me a lot of money, but she has given me a lot of her heart and really open up to me and share with me how things really are with her. And I know that if God give that woman billions, she will share with me and with what I'm doing. The first time that for almost a month or two that I come to know her, I thought that she was a white woman. I didn't know she was black. Because sometimes black speaks like white, white speaks like black, so you don't know who is who. So mix up. As we were having a conversation today about certain things of life, the Spirit of God began to share with me how the Easter conferences is gonna be like. You're welcome. Mariam. Okay, that's my daughter, Mariam. Because you see,
Yes, I'm here.
yes, Mariam, please try and make contact. You and Mensa, try and make contact with me.
Okay.
As I was ministering to her today over the phone line, the Holy Spirit began to share with me where we are going during these 5 days of open heaven. As heaven became open as far back as 12 o'clock in the afternoon today, wherever you live, doesn't matter, it's open. And it will remain open till 12 midnight on Monday. And I have been wondering, after the prophetic congress, what's the next thing we are going to deal with? As I was ministering to her, God began to share with me the bigger thing that is going to happen. And then, as though that was not enough, my sister Wendy also called and we began sharing. Powerful woman of God. Powerful, powerful woman of God. And all the people that I ministered to today who called, as I shared with them across the world, right from people from Namibia, etc. I make sense of where is God leading us. So that I'm not just here to tell you the history and the doctrines and the drama of what happened on Thursday night, 2015 years ago. People of God, remember tomorrow, Good Friday, is going to be very powerful. I'm having a very, very powerful service tomorrow. I'm going to present to the forces of the earth and of the sky and of the water the blood of the Son of the living God. And actually, I will share this with you. Actually, I'm actually taking his blood to places that I don't normally go. His name, his blood, his body is going to be very powerful. Let me share a little thing for you to know. There was a particular river in Africa that Bad things were happening in that water so much. Bad things were happening. So those of us who belong to the deep things of God, please, can you mute your phone? Can you mute your phone? Thank you. Please mute your phone. Thank you. They decided that they are going to judge and sentence the Leviathan, the dragon of the sea. They are going to sentence her and remove her from that water. One of the ways they did it was this. They actually took Holy Communion, the wine, after they've celebrated it. What remained was put in a bottle and was taken to the bridge. From the bridge, they spoke a word of power and poured it into the water, and the water erupted. Seriously, the water erupted with turbulency. Nobody drowned anymore in that water. All the evil creatures people used to see fled. The hippos, the alligators, the crocodiles, the python in the waters, every one of them, phew, they all disappeared. They went somewhere else. I mean, if God asks you to do that, you do that. It's not what somebody did, you want to go and do it and think it will work for you. You have to make sure God is saying to you to do it. Now, let me tell you where we are going these 5 days. These 5 days, I'll be dealing with what we call passion for survival. Passion for survival. How strong is your passion for life? I have a bunch of videos in the internet on YouTube that talks about passion as the ultimate driving machine of the world. And I think I have like about 12 videos there. I still have like about 70 something series to put in there on that alone. What is your passion to be alive? Is very, very important to God and to me and to you. Do you have what it takes? No matter what it is. If you were dropped in a jungle full of bad creatures, but still there is still some openings here and there that you can make it to the other side where there is civilization. Will you sit there and ask the lion to come and eat you? Will you sit there for the python to swallow you? What are you capable of doing to cross the river to the other side without complaining? We did that, Sam. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Why did David say so? Because David had the greatest passion for survival, the greatest passion to stay alive, the greatest passion to have money in your pocket, the greatest passion to stay in your marriage, the greatest passion to hunt down a job no matter what and stay in it. Let me share with you what I shared with Miss A today. This is what I shared with her. I told her a story about myself. And I've told that story over and over. My father told me that if I go to any city, any country, and the job I'm trained to do, I'm a pastor. I left high school straight to seminary. I don't know any other job on earth than the job of the church or ministry or mission work or evangelization. That's what I was groomed for. That's what I was called for. That's what I was chosen for. Both by men and by God. But my father says, suppose you are in a city and there is no open door for you in a church. What do you do? He said, just pick any job. No matter how it is. As far as you are not selling drugs, you are not doing prostitution, he's good with it. Pick up any job. Leave your education. You are so highly educated. But what about Eve? You see, there is a drama that life play on people, and a lot of people do not recognize it. This is what life does. And this is also what God does. You may go to a city looking for a job. You will not find the job that you are qualified for, according to your rank, your status, your class, your education. What do? My dad said, imeri, my father said this. Pick any kind of job. Just let the check keep coming in. Every 2 weeks, let the check keep coming in. No matter how little that paycheck is, let it keep coming in because it's going to solve the problem. I told you guys how I went when I moved to Florida and there was no opening for church job, for mission job, nothing. And I walked into a 7-Eleven and I asked that I needed something to do there. Pump up the ego of the manager, told him that I've heard some great things about him, whereas I never did. That's my first time of going there. And within 10 minutes, I was working there. You see, another time, I have to volunteer. There are 2 things you can do to get a job very quickly. Number 1, you go to a place, nothing comes out, you start volunteering. Library, thrift stores, Goodwill, anywhere, Salvation Army, anywhere that there is opening, you start to volunteer. Once you begin to give back to the universe and give back to God your energy, time, and talent for free, God will give you a job. He is under obligation to find you a job, and I have tried it 3 times. It has worked for me. I've been to a place where I volunteer just for a few days. Boom. I was in charge. Next, pick any job. I realized that wealthy people go down on their knees to do anything that is good to make money. I was watching a guy that is a millionaire that owns a bunch of gas stations. One day I arrived there, he asked me to manage one for him at one time in California. So don't think that I've not done things short things while I'm waiting for my real job as a pastor to come up. I learned that not just from my father, I also learned that from Kenneth Hagin. The great Kenneth Hagin worked, if I tell you, fell tree, did bunch of stuff. Don't wait for the check to come for you. Go after the check. I saw that millionaire. I came to my job. He asked me to manage some way for him, and that was just for a few months before my real job came up. I've swore at any time I don't have anything to do, I will do anything and just let the check keep coming in until what I am called to do. Is the reason why you see me not doing anything now not teaching with my degrees, just focusing on ministries because I was told by him. And then many humans confirmed in a conference, face to face. And my own late father spoke about it. Time is going to come, you cannot do anything for you to develop what you are called to do. Focus on it and it alone. That's why I'm doing this full time. Why? I have found and discovered the side of my life that is my real calling in life, the supernatural side. When once you discover your real life, you stay on it because it will begin to take care of you one way or the other. I saw that millionaire kneeling down, shining floor. I was shocked. A millionaire would show me that man has over 20 houses. He was kneeling down, shining the floor of his gas station. A white dude. And I came in and I looked at him and I was like, wow. The Spirit of God said to me, if you are going to make money in life, you're going to be like that man. He did not ask the servant, come and do this. Come. No. He went on the knees and was doing it. I've seen so many wealthy people doing things that those who have a few thousands will not even dare to do. What do you do when the job that you are trained for, you are used to, with a great pay is not there? Volunteer to the universe and to God, and He will give you your job, or take a job with a laser pay. That's why you have jobs in Walmart, Best Buy, Target, Food Mart, gas station, fast food. You see, there is a trick. There is a trick to this thing. When once you accept such a job, and you begin to do it and let the check come in to at least take care of 70% of the bill, or even less than that, it doesn't take 2 months, your real job will emerge. I realized that trick of life and of God because I learned something. Sometimes God wants to see how humble you are. Because in the future, He's going to trust you with a lot of money and a lot of things. I'll give you an example about my lady girl. She has a master's degree. But this woman, when the teaching job is not opened, she's decorating houses. She has a cleaning business, a booming cleaning business. She's not sending people to do it. She's doing it, getting all that money into her pocket.
Nobody likes to clean their toilet.
I know. And that's why when she decided to give me, to bless me, she blessed me her way. I will know. Let me share this with you. Let me share this with you. I don't know whether it was Rod Parsley or one of them. He said this. If you come to his ministry or his church and you say you want to be a pastor, he will put you first to go and clean the bathrooms, to clean, to sweep. Ordinary thing. That's where he starts each of them. And if you are not willing to do it, then you are not qualified to go forward to be a pastor. I don't blame him. Because one way or the other, you have to find out who really wants it, who really is humble and meek. Because let me tell you something. Jesus washed the feet of the disciples tonight. So let's remember that episode. And the meaning of it is this. We will know your passion for survival by your willingness to go down on your knees to do ordinary job When once you go in to do the ordinary job, God in turn will tell the angels, give him his real job, or give her her real job, and you'll get it. I've never, at any time of my life, been without doing something in life. I've volunteered in the library. I've volunteered in Goodwill. I've volunteered in Salvation Army. I have worked with the Mormons, even though I'm not one of them. I'm serious. I've volunteered in food pantries. I've done services for different churches, Baptist, Lutheran, different churches, even though I'm not their member. I've been with Habitat for Humanity, building houses. I don't know how to build a house. Never built one, for heaven's sake. But I went. And I watched what they're doing. I knew where to place the nail. I saw where they would, somebody would hold the wood and put it right. I'll put the nail, I'll hit it. They gave me a helmet to put on, gave me some big gloves. I watched how they are doing and I did it. Part of my job was in somebody's house. I've been like 2 or 3 times. I've been there with them in Habitat for Humanity. I don't know how to build a house, but I volunteered to go and help to build a house. I don't know how to make cheese, but I volunteered to go to help to make cheese. Saw them bring it in these big freezers, heavy cold rooms. Now I was lifting it. Now put it in a machine. The machine will slice. I'll remove it, put there. I watch how they do. I follow, did. I don't know how to bake bread. I went to volunteer to help bake bread for college students and for elderly people. And once you start doing those things, God will make a sure future for you. I don't have much, but at a particular time, God will say, give this, give that, give this, give that. And I give. And it doesn't take few months. The best will come to me. Somebody was watching my rings on the internet and discovered that some of them were fading. I've worn them for the past 1 or 2 years. And the person said, I and my family, we are coming to visit you. Bring all your jewelries. And they went through it and removed all that they think is fading and so on, blah, blah, blah. They went through it, removed them, and took them with them. I never saw them again. And then they replaced them all back. That family did. I just want you to know how this thing works. You decide to give to God, God will decide to give to you. Behind the job you're looking for is meekness that God is looking for you, from you. If you can do ordinary things, then God will be able to trust you with big things. The ordinary things will prove your passion for survival on the earth. One of the greatest mystery on earth is the lack of passion to be alive by human beings. Many of you who were born in the 50s, 40s, 30s, 1920s, you know what I'm talking about. Life was harder. You want to go and use the restroom, you go outside. Almost every family had a garden at the backyard. They grow crops, milk cow. Some countries you milk the camel for milk, or you milk the goat, or you milk the donkey. And people saved a lot of money. These days we have it all. We don't save nothing. That's sad. How many people are making garden? I and my twin daughters, we used to go to the community garden in Salt Lake City to go and help farm, to feed poor people who cannot help themselves. We did that for almost, throughout the spring till during the time of harvest. I am favor and praise my daughters and their mom. We were doing that. Let me tell you something. I was serving as an associate pastor of an AME church, African Methodist Episcopal Church. I'm not a member, but that was the closest church to a Protestant church, to a Christian church around me. So I took my family there. And we went during winter. And I discovered after winter, people simply entered their car and left. People were freezing, cold, no food. They had a nice pantry and a nice, what do you call it in the basement? What do we call that place where people eat in the basement? Is that the pantry or the what? I don't know. The meeting place, after the church service, people will meet downstairs for coffee, for soup, for tea, things like that, for cakes, of things like that. And I'm used to feeding people. I want people to eat. I want people to have something to drink. Hot chocolate. Healthy stuff. And I watched this Sunday after Sunday until I couldn't take it no more. The Holy Spirit said to me, begin to cook soup and bring to that church. On Saturday night, when I come back from my job, I will be busy cooking a big pot of soup. I learned how to cook American style. I asked somebody to come and teach me. A Mormon woman came to teach me. And I will make a big pot of soup. And I will buy different kind of beverages, donuts, all kind of stuff, bagels, and all that. I equipped that church with it. After the service, I told everybody to go down to the basement and have refreshment. I did it till I left that place. That's why today I never lack food. I don't know what to do with food. Food is not my problem. Clothing is not my problem. Jewelries are not my problem. Education is not my problem. What I'm looking for today is for more money to sow into people's lives so that money will stay, permanently will come and stay. Why money doesn't stay in my hand is it comes, I give it away. There are so many needs in the world. People I'm training, things like that. That's why. If I wanted to keep all of that, who knows? And it's not even a lot. But along the way, it's going to happen to me. That I do not worry. Because I've been promised that. I look at the Baptist church in Florida. No music, nothing. No library. I had over 5,000 books there or more. And I have about 3,000 albums collection. Just see how the children jubilated in that church when I donated all of that to them. I've done it in Florida. I've done it in Kansas. Equip pastor's library. Why? Because in the future, mine will be equipped even better than what I had. Behind the little things, the odd jobs you're willing, the volunteer, the giving you're willing to give, is your real job waiting. I almost swore that I would not be helping African men anymore. Because I almost swore. Yeah, I almost swore that I will never help any man from Africa. Why? Yeah, Michael, don't be sad that you hear this from your father in the Lord. Don't be sad or evil, all of you who are from Africa, but listen to me. Why? Until God said to me, don't worry about those men. Help them. Because you are piling up for yourself what you don't even have an answer. I've single-handedly equipped a guy from Kamba tribe in Kenya. Single-handedly sponsor him, equip his house when he had nothing. He came for university and he had nothing. Another one from South Africa, he's Zulu. He was almost going crazy. And somebody said there is a pastor here. And he came. I went to the bank, got money, counted, went and paid school fees. He finished and went back. I never hear from them anymore. Each of those guys, you finish helping them, bye. No thank you, nothing. It's one of the worst things you can get from some African men. They are very unappreciative. I mean, some of them, not all of them. Those that have come across are like that. Then God said to me, listen, I just want you to help them and let them go. That's when I learned that anything I do for somebody, I'm not looking for a reward from that person. Never. I was almost turning my mind against African men. Almost turning my mind. Until God began to sit me down and teach me how immigrants behave. Until God told me, those of them from Africa who come from war country, they are still, in their head, they are still in war. Almost like everyone I've seen from Sierra Leone and from Liberia. Some of them, majority of them, it's almost like they are still fleeing from the war. Their behavior. They are not yet away until God began to teach me the mystery of how somebody could be in America, but that person's spirit and mind is still in Africa, or wherever in India, or Philippines, or wherever they come from, or wherever they were born. Until I learned that spiritual law, that you could be here as a zombie and your real self is somewhere else. That's when I changed my mind. I'm going to help people no matter what, how their behavior is. I don't care. Just when I help them, let them go. Because you see the way they treat people, the way they want to have money, and you are so saddened by it. The way they want to have everything at one time. Something that took your forefathers years to accomplish, they want it in one single day. That's why they will do anything, anywhere to make money. Good, bad, and the ugly. And I began to talk to God. I'm going to wash my hand off from this. But he said, no, leave them. Help them and let them go. And I began to do that. And the worst is how a lot of people come to this country and all they're thinking about is what they can get from this country. And they contributed nothing to this country. So sad. That's why when I see people from the Republican Party or from the Democrat or from who said, we don't want them to become citizens, I understand why. I understand why. Because America is like a Mother Christmas. It's like a big elephant that anybody who comes in want to come and just get a slice and go. It's not fair. And I do not want to see America go broke because of her kindness. It's not fair. I want to see your passion for survival. Because until God sees your passion for survival, He will not show up. Let me do this really quickly. Excuse me.